Hey everybody! I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Um, I'm here today with my great friend Jason, um, and we are going to be taking a look at some upcoming games. Now, as a lot of you probably already know, um, the gaming industry has been extremely dry these last couple of years with COVID and all of that stuff. And so, but there's a really awesome lineup of games for the next 8 months or so. And so we're going to be taking a look at some of the most anticipated games for the end of 2021 and the first half of 2022. There's a lot of other games that are coming out in that time than what we have here. But these are the games that we chose to go over with you guys today. These seem to be the big ones. And so these are the games that we're going to be going over on the right side of my screen. Um, we have a Google Draw document here. Up here is Jason's board. We'll be able to scroll up and look at his. And then down here is my board. So we're going to be talking about this, and I hope you really enjoy the video. All right, let's get started. How you feeling, Jason?
Okay. You know, could be better, but honestly, I'm excited for these games. What game would you start with?
Okay, let's see. So let's which game here is coming out first? Probably
I'm pretty
well
sure
let's
Deathloop's already out.
yeah, Deathloop just came out, but we're still gonna put it in here because neither of us have actually played it. We don't know that much about it, but we'll definitely look more into it.
Yes, sir.
So let's start off with Deathloop.
Deathloop. That game had a decent intro trailer in the PlayStation reveal event. Initially when they announced the PlayStation 5.
Same
But
as
ever
me.
since then, no amazing sort of trailers have came out.
I feel like it got really hyped up, like at the PlayStation 5 reveal, obviously like a year ago. A lot of people got excited for it, but I feel like the hype down so fast. I think I get the basic idea of it and how it's played. And so I feel like it's mildly interesting. Um I would have already played it if I thought that it was really intriguing, obviously. But I'm
Yeah,
probably gonna put it I might move it down lower, but like honestly right now I'm gonna put it in B tier.
that's exactly where I was bringing it to at that point. I think it deserves a B tier.
It doesn't look like a AAA game. There's not enough long-term playability to it. There's not um like I feel like it's a game that you'd enjoy for a few hours. But I mean, a game that you after like a week, I don't think you're gonna play this game anymore after buying it. It's cool, it's kind of
Probably.
intriguing, but I don't think there's just enough to it. I think it's just too simple of a concept, you know?
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, let's FIFA 22 next. Um, Jason already knows. I'm not very big into soccer. Jason, you love soccer though, right? Like it's
Yes, yes, yes.
it's your main thing. Like
This is my element right here.
that's your
I played FIFA for ever since FIFA 13, so that's what 8 years. It's almost going on to 9 years. I've played FIFA for, and I believe this year will actually be a good year for FIFA. We've had a few downfalls, especially FIFA 18, FIFA 19. Those games were absolute poopy pants. FIFA 20 definitely picked it up, but then FIFA 21 didn't really do anything. But it didn't really add on anything. But I believe FIFA 22 will actually be one of my favorite FIFAs in the past 5 years. I just have high hopes for it. I have really high expectations.
I never played a FIFA game personally. I've seen some gameplay of FIFA. They all look the same to me, but I know some people really like it. Personally, I'm gonna put it in C tier though. I'm just not into soccer.
I'm actually gonna put it in S tier, as I believe it's one of the better games on this list.
The next game is probably gonna be Far Cry 6.
Yes.
So I want to start on this one. Um,
I'm gonna play a Far Cry game. Sorry, I just had to put that in there.
I'm really excited for this one. I've seen a lot of trailers for this. The game looks phenomenal. Graphics look amazing. I like the story. I like where they're taking the Far Cry series. I mean, it looks it looks really cool. I like the plot point looks cool. I like how it's kind of based off the Cuban Revolution. I'm gonna put this up in S tier. It's not quite S plus at all. But I'm really excited. It is another Far Cry game, so it's gonna be very similar to previous Far Cry games. But I feel like it will kind of refresh the genre a little bit. I think it's gonna be fun.
Sort of like FIFA 22 for my liking. It'll be a bit refreshing instead of like the same game. Far Cry has never been like a thing I ever wanted to get into. I guess you're wanting to get the game, and I guess that kind of intrigues me. So I'll put this in B tier along with Deathloop.
I'm excited for it. That's your game. Let's go with Dying Light 2 next. All
Dying
right.
Light 2, alright.
So I never played Dying Light 1. I've seen gameplay though. It seems fun. It's a zombie game. Dying Light
Play
1
zombie
never
game
really
in
intrigued
general.
me though. Um, I don't think it'll be super great. I think it might be fun to play for a couple weeks though. So I'm gonna put it down on B tier with Deathloop.
I think I've played Dying Light 1. It was quite decently fun, although I was a little prepubescent kid. I was enjoying it. I might actually look into this game more, and I'm actually I believe I will actually like this game if I try it. So I think I'm gonna put it in A tier, honestly. I think if I try it, I'll like it. That's sort of my idea. Let's go on to Kenna.
I think it could be fun to play. I think it's not something that I would enjoy for too long though. Might
Uh,
have some cool mechanics, but I'm it's between B or C for me. I'm still deciding. Um,
I'm gonna be a little bit strict on this one because I've heard nothing. I'm gonna put it a C tier.
it looks
Doesn't
polished. I mean, I trust it'll be a fun game, but I honestly agree with you on this one. Um,
I don't believe it's gonna be anything too great for
let's go
even.
to Gran Turismo 7.
All right.
What are your thoughts on Gran
I
Turismo
I
7?
have I have played Gran Turismo Sport. I've gone to into a little phase. I go into a little phase every now and then for like 2 weeks, and then playing for a week and like grinding the game and like having some fun. It is definitely a lot more fun than you would actually expect. It's sort of like a filler game, I would say. When you're not filling any other game, you can boom play Gran Turismo Sport, and it's real fun.
That's kind of how I was thinking of it. Like, I might play it, pick it up for a bit. Like, if I have nothing else that I want to play at the moment, I think it might be fun to try. It'll probably get a little repetitive for me. I like to shoot people in the face. I'm hovering between B and A. I think I'm gonna put it in A, my first A tier, because I
Oh,
think it could
interesting,
be.
interesting.
I think it's got potential. I feel like it might be fun to mess around with. Um, and it's kind of
Especially
new to
with
me. I haven't played too many racing games.
next gen graphics.
Okay, next game I think we should go over is Back for Blood.
Back for Blood.
I'm pretty sure this is a Left 4 Dead sequel, right?
Is it?
Left 4 Dead franchise, right? I could be wrong.
Is
I
it?
I don't know too much about Back 4 Blood except for the pretty sure zombies. You know,
Is it actually Left 4 Dead? I haven't heard of Back for Blood like ever. If it's is it actually Left 4 Dead a sequel?
Back 4
I'm
Dead is a
actually
spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead 2.
Wow. I was always a huge fan of Left 4 Dead when I was a kid. Left 4 Dead was like my cup of tea game. That was a game I played constantly with my family. I loved Left 4 Dead.
I'm definitely willing to give it a try. Um, I feel like I want to put it in A with Gran Turismo.
A tier, alright. I think this game definitely deserves. This game could go one of two ways, because Left 4 Dead is an amazing game franchise, and I think this game could, if it's trying to live up to those expectations, this game could fall horrendously to the bottom. But if it succeeds in being a good sequel, this game could like be S plus tier. I loved Left 4 Dead when I was a kid. I think A tier is a good middle ground. My expectations aren't too high, but they aren't too low. Hey, do you want to go with the Guardians of the Galaxy game?
Uh, I have low hopes for Guardians of the Galaxy. If it does well, it's gonna honestly surprise me. So I'm gonna put it in like B tier for now.
I think I'm gonna put this. I don't think it's on the level of Deathloop. So I think I'm gonna be harsh on this game. I'm gonna say C tier.
Let's move on to Battlefield 2042. What do you say?
Battlefield 2042. All right, yeah. I do have some decently high hopes for this game. They've put in a lot of work to just like understand feedback and everything, and I think they're actually working really hard on this game. I do have some sort of high hopes for it. I think this game could actually be contender for one of my favorite games of the year.
Battlefield is like it's like a staple first-person shooter, just like Call of Duty.
Mhm.
Like it's just like it's your average first-person shooter. I
Mhm.
mean, and for that, I mean, they both Battlefield games and Call of Duty games are very fun to play, but I don't really enjoy them long term because they don't have anything really special to them. I think a game has to have something special to it that makes it unique and stand out. And Battlefield, well, it's not a bad game. Same with Call of Duty. It just doesn't stand out to me.
The franchise in general of like Battlefield and like Call of Duty deserves a B tier. But honestly, I think this game deserves it's gonna be like A tier game.
Well, with that
Um,
being said, I think we should move on to Call of Duty Vanguard then.
yes. Call of Duty
Because
Vanguard.
I feel like it's in a similar playing field as Battlefield. It's your staple. Call of Duty is your staple first-person shooter. Nothing special about it though. Nothing unique. I feel like Battlefield 2042 is trying to make the game more unique and stand out more than its predecessors. I'm fine putting it in C tier.
I am going to agree with you on C tier. I think it can move up to B tier, but just from the alpha, the game does not look good.
Do you have a preference in which one we do next?
Um, I'm gonna say Death Stranding. We should do Death Stranding.
Right, Death Stranding, this is the director's cut. It feels like it could have a really good story. Besides that, I feel like the gameplay itself isn't very good. It's kind of choppy. It's like, I feel like the mechanics are basic. I feel like the graphics are basic, the map basic. I felt so I'm gonna put it. I find it more intriguing than Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm gonna put it in B tier.
B tier. All right. Death Stranding was a huge success in the game industry. The game was big when it came out. The game did really well. Um, I haven't heard any like negative feedback on the game. I think it's on the same boat with Battlefield 2042. If they can get this game right, it can be A tier. As I think they improve just on like the basic mechanics of the previous game. If they get like better graphics, of course, this game could definitely be an A tier. But for now, I think it's gonna be a B tier. Do you have any preference for the next game?
Let's get this other Marvel game out of the way. I'm a huge into Ghost Rider. Like Ghost Rider is the coolest character ever. Like I collect Ghost Rider comics. I love Ghost Rider. When I saw that they were gonna be doing a Midnight Suns game, I was so stoked. I was like, yes, this might be the first Marvel game that might actually be good. I saw it's the same developer as XCOM. I was a little bit more disappointed. And when I saw the gameplay, I I lost it. Not excited for this game. I mean, it's just a turn-based like game where like your attacks are cards. I mean, like I love the characters in it, but the gameplay, it's not my forte, you know? I'm gonna put it in C
Yeah.
tier, and I'll try it when it comes out. Maybe it's amazing. Maybe it's S plus, and we'll see that when we make our other video after all these games have come out. But for now, C tier. I'll put it in the front of C
I'll
tier.
agree with that, honestly. I think C tier is good for this game. I say we go into Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So obviously you both played Borderlands 3 for a while. You probably still play it every now and then. I don't play it anymore.
Really enjoyed
Um
Borderlands 3. It's a great game.
yeah, Borderlands 3 was a fun game, but I do think this game is gonna be better than all the C tier games, but I don't think it's gonna be that great. The game doesn't seem like it's gonna be at least any like uniquely different than Borderlands.
I'm gonna kind of disagree a little bit. So I'm
Alright.
really excited for this. I feel like this is more of like a passion project for Gearbox. It's not mainstream Borderlands, it's a little spin-off, but I feel like they're trying to do some very different things. First Borderlands game to have melee weapons they're bringing in a bunch of crazy spells. It takes place in psychotic Tiny Tina's head. So I mean, it's gonna be twisty, bro. It's gonna be weird, and I think it's gonna be freaking incredible. Actually, I'm putting that up in S tier with Far Cry 6.
S tier, okay. I think B tier for me personally is the tier to go with. Let's get God of War Ragnarok out the way.
Out of all these games, this is what I'm most excited for. The God of War franchise is amazing. Santa Monica Studios is one of the best dev teams ever. God of War 2018 was one of the most beautiful, remarkable games I've ever played in my entire life. Absolutely blew me away, and so I'm so excited for God of War Ragnarok.
God of War 2018 is probably one of the more disappointing games that I've played. I've played for like 20 minutes and I just did not want to play. For me, I don't understand the hype. It just not for me. This game could definitely do better. It can be a little bit more fun for me. I think I'll put it in B tier.
I think we have similar views on these last two franchises. Let's just
Trying
start
to
off with Horizon.
Horizon. All right.
Did you play Zero Dawn?
No, I did not, but
Did not play
I
Zero Dawn.
really want to.
It's fun. From the trailers I've seen of Forbidden West, they're changing up a lot of stuff. They're adding a lot of new stuff. I think it'll be a cool new take on the series.
I think this game's actually going to be incredible when it comes out. I think this could be like one of the best games of like 2022.
I'm not as excited for it as Far Cry 6 or Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I'm putting an S tier.
I'm putting S2 too.
So I can't help but notice you don't have anything in S plus.
I do not.
You're
I've
saving that
saved one
for.
game. I've saved this one game, and I'm saving it for S plus because I think this game. I think this game is gonna be game of the year. I think it's gonna be game of the year.
So,
This
yeah, this
game
game's
looks.
a little interesting. It's supposed like devs haven't said anything about this game since last year. So it's I think the game is on pace to come out in 2021 for PC. I think it'll come out like late 2021. I mean, I've heard rumors about it coming out at Halloween time. I don't know if I kind of doubt it. I feel like it'll come out like December. For console, I'm just gonna just assume for now that it's gonna be 2022 release date.
I think Sons of the Forest is going to be an amazing game. We both loved the first Forest game.
Biggest hidden gem I've ever seen in my freaking life.
Although I do have a few things to say. If you're playing by yourself, this game goes down a tier.
Yeah,
If you're
it's
playing with
made
a
for mobile.
friend, it's S plus. If you're playing by yourself, it definitely lowers the fun. The amount of suspense, especially when you're like in caves and it's really dark, and just the suspense itself is amazing. The game is like really well done. The AI is just like really well programmed. The developers, and we gotta remember this game was developed by how many people? 6, right? Forest, the first Forest was developed by very little amount of people. Sons of the Forest could potentially be my favorite game of all time. I'm saying it right now. It could be my favorite game of all time.
If you haven't watched the trailer for Sons of the Forest, I suggest you go do that. Um, it looks fantastic. They're doing a lot of new stuff from the first game. Looks like they're probably fixing a lot of the issues with that. Like the Forest is great, it did have some issues, and I think Sons of the Forest is gonna fix a lot of those issues, and it's gonna really expand on it as well. It's gonna add a ton of new things that I think are gonna be super fun to interact with and discover. I'm so hyped for the Sons of the Forest. I think it's gonna be fantastic.
Although the first Forest game didn't have much long-term playability, in the time we played it, it was amazing. It was so fun. I loved like the lore to it. I wanted to like learn more about it, the whole story. It was amazing. I loved it. And I think with the bigger dev team, they can do so much more with Sons of the Forest that it could be mwah. It could be amazing. I want to see your list. Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna come up and see your final thoughts.
these are
They
my final
definitely
thoughts.
vary. Definitely vary. I'm just gonna put our tier lists next to each other on the screen.
All right.
Just see the difference here. There's a lot of cool upcoming games. I mean, the industry's been very dry for a long time, and now we're getting a ton of new games, and I'm excited for most of them. Um,
It's there for quite a bit of fun.
I think there's some huge bangers. I guess my S plus tier, I got two games that I think are gonna be some of my favorite games of all time. Um, S tier, I think all those games are gonna be really fun as well, and it's all the way down. Definitely, watch out. In about 8 months, we'll probably make another video going back over all of these games after they've all come out. We'll be showing you our opinions on them. It'll be kind of like a expectation versus reality type thing, I think. So, it'd be cool to see how they compare.
It will definitely be cool. And I think that's it. I think we're good there.
Yeah,
I can
and
subscribe.